says, "Hi Choctaw."
Hello everybody. How are we all doing today? Should be working. We got audio. Everything looks good.
At Butchigolixon 6944 says, "Hello."
Hello. How is everybody doing today?
Indian Outlaw says, "Hello Gulick, you new?"
Okay.
At Butchigolixon 6944 says, "Doing good, and yes we do."
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. So, I don't know if you guys have noticed on the bottom of the screen, we no longer have an Android. There's no Android in here
says,
anymore.
"Audio on 40."
Okay. What does that mean? What are you trying to tell me?
Indian Outlaw says, "Where are you from?"
Where am I from? You know where I'm from. I'm from Wisconsin. There we go.
Derek says, "Hi Eric, working on my enclosed trailer, getting it ready to stay in next month."
Gotcha. There we go. Got me on the camera. Got that working.
Skynet the AI Overlord says, "Hit the like, subscribe, hit that bell, share and donate to the channel if you're enjoying the content, thank you."
Okay, I see where that's a slight problem here. Well, we'll have to fix that. That'll be a fix for another time. So you're saying that the microphone is louder or quieter?
Indian Outlaw says, "On YT audio would normally be 20 something."
So you're saying I'm too quiet? Yeah. 20, 40 doesn't mean much to me. You gotta be a little bit more descriptive.
Where are you from, Butchie?
Okay.
Indian Outlaw says, "Too quiet."
Gotcha.
At Fry TV says, "Mike sounds good."
Okay. We're just trying to get some stuff working. Completely different setup. Completely different equipment.
At Butchigolixon 6944 says, I'm originally from northern Wisconsin but now reside in central Minnesota.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Indian Outlaw says, good.
Okay.
You get new iPhone.
Yes, I did. So now it's just a matter of getting everything working. Yep, you guys are now on a fancy dancy iPhone 15 Pro Max.
Indian Outlaw says, is your Visible on home internet, Eric?
Visible is my my wireless provider. That's what's on my cell phone. It's not my home internet. Okay, I think we're good. I've got a new adapter coming that's going to let me go different with this. I don't know. Now I got to see what the hell's going on with this. This didn't want to connect. I copied over the settings from the other phone. I'm not sure if that broke it. Ingest RTP server. Stream key 1. Make it stream key 2 just for shits and giggles. Make it happy.
Indian Outlaw says, you can get Visible home internet for $25 if you buy annually.
Oh, gotcha.
James Bond says, morning Eric, hope everything is okay, sir.
Good morning, sir. Speak of that,
Alcola 69p says, iViewer stream boo.
I'm going to see if that gets me a copyright or not. I think I figured out a way to get around it. So
Derek says, Fry TV, how you doing, and hello. Hey Chris.
okay.
At Fry TV says, hey at Chris Ayers 007. James Bond says, LOL Eric, you got the 007 theme back, aha.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might have been able to sneak it in. We'll have to see. I think it's good. Oh yeah.
At Fry TV, good to see you.
That's a MIDI copy, so it's not an actual original audio track. It's actually a digital keyboard recreating it.
At Clan 6003, good morning.
So I'm hoping that it that will be enough to trick them from screwing me.
Indian Outlaw says, I'm an Indian Outlaw, half Cherokee and Choctaw.
There you go. Let's see if we got this working now. So yeah, so we got we're on an iPhone 15 Pro Max, so hopefully the cameras look better.
James Bond says, at Choctaw Countiwick 8362, hello.
There we go. So now we got the action camera going. So that's working. We'll go front and
Indian
back.
Outlaw says, hi Chris.
That's working. So cool thing is that now I've got the Stream Deck mounted, so I can touch all these little buttons right here. I can go to the intro.
Okay, Eric.
I can mute. You know, I can control volumes. I can control Moblin. I can control OBS.
FBI, open up!
Just press the button. They're right there.
At Choctaw Countiwick 8362, hope you're better today, sir.
It's a nice little mount setup. So I think it's kind of cool. I think she'll do. I did bring the wrong cord for the new phone. The replacement.
TV says, hey Acticlan 6003, I need more sleep.
For the replacement for the Android. Although I think there's some permissions I've got to do where it'll stay running in the background, so this might still cause some problems.
James Bond says, aha, that's a clever workaround, Eric.
Yeah. So yeah, we're working on it. Okay, so we got T-Mobile, we got everything's working at the moment.
Indian Outlaw says, maybe better for just now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no Android in this system. Well, the sound effects are a little loud, probably because I'm a little quiet. Because I can see I'm not as loud.
A fruit tree.
We're going through a different adapter because this one's USB-C. So I've probably got to crank myself up a little bit, so I'm a little bit to the same volume as the
At Fry TV says, the sound effects are a bit loud.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm probably a little quieter than normal because we're using a different adapter. So there I bumped myself up a little bit because I didn't change the volume of the sound effects. And I
Derek
noticed
says,
my
"Loud
audio is
but cool."
quieter. So I think that's what somebody earlier was telling me, that I was quieter than normal. So, is that a little bit closer to the volume
James
of the
Bond
sound
says,
effects?
At Fry TV, me too. I only get 4 hours sleep a day. At lunchtime today, I went to my car for 30 minutes and slept. Haha.
So am I now a little bit closer to the same audio volume as like what the sound effects are? I suppose I should get the tablet out instead of using small screens so I can actually see what's going on. I was being lazy and not getting the tablet out. Yeah, today's been a very busy day. I got to the truck. I had to repair the Wii Boost antenna yesterday or last night. I also had to go pick up the new phone. I had to do some stuff to get everything working, so I didn't go to bed till about 2 in the morning. So, sound effect, there's one. Oh, no! Here's another one. And then,
At Fry TV says,
FBI, open up!
we'll play the FBI one. So then we got a couple rocking and rolling audio things. But yeah, I could see my audio is a lot quieter than normal. But we're going through a completely
James
different
Bond says,
manufacturer's
"You don't know
adapter.
until you play the effect. Haha."
Well, I turned up the microphone. I figured you guys would notice that I got louder. I figured that would have been the answer, but whatever. Alright, well then we'll turn me up some more. We'll get it to the point where I'm at the proper volume, because I didn't change them at all. We were going
James
through...
Bond says, "It's very loud, Eric, compared to your voice."
Alright, we'll turn my gains up. We'll just keep bumping me up till I'm to the same volume, because I can tell that that I'm not as loud as I was with this new adapter.
At Fry TV says, "Much better, but that FBI one is still scaring me."
Well, that's just because it hits too close to home. Okay, so now my volume's a little bit louder. Hopefully I don't sound too distorted. Let's see. Let me sample my audio real quick. That I'm not as loud as I was with this new adapter. I still sound pretty good. I sound pretty clear. So let's try that one. And then we will try this one. And FBI incoming.
FBI,
Hold on your pants, Fry. So hopefully that's a little closer.
James Bond says, "I noticed the S23 is gone. LOL. Eric got the big guns out now. The iPhone 15. Let's see how that works."
Yeah, well the iPhone 15 is what you guys are actually streaming on now. This is your new camera. It's got a better face camera facing towards me, and then
LOL Fry.
the output camera is better. All right, so we're a lot closer to the right audio. Good. So, now hopefully this.
At Fry TV says, "Much better now."
Good, good. That's very good. You know. All right, so we are good. So we're waiting on an adapter to show up. When that adapter shows up, then we'll play
Derek
this
says,
audio game again.
That's better.
Yeah. So there we go. Back to the Java site. Let me. I don't want you guys watching me type my password in. You guys don't get to watch my password.
Yeah, that's okay.
Everybody's like, that's better, that's okay.
Oh, God!
I just keep hearing,
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
that's all I keep hearing. You know? You just guys are like, no, 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 no. Where's the YouTube app on this piece of... This is the only Android device still in the vehicle. And it doesn't have YouTube on it. Why doesn't it have YouTube? I'm a YouTuber and I don't have YouTube on my Android device. There we go. Oh, it's there. Where? Oh, okay. I don't know where it was installed. I couldn't find it.
James Bond says, the password is password, haha.
Oh, of course the password is password. Let's see. Me. I'm live. There I am. There I am. Look. I'm here. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm working. There we go. And we got Wi-Fi, which is... Oh, I also fixed the Wi-Fi last night. The router did have a built-in fan. It just was set to 70C. Or 75C. It was set to 75C for whatever reason. I mean, it was like, I don't get it. You know? So I went in there and I manually fixed it. Well, I went in there and the software had an option to adjust it to 270C. And I'm sitting here going, we're in a hot truck. I think it needs to be more than 70C. So, you know, lower. So I kicked her down to 55C by manually going into the software and telling it to bend to my will. Because, you know, that's the great thing about Android.
The crazy thing is my old company had Christmas Day as the entry password to their warehouse. If someone had guessed it, they could have stolen millions of pounds of goods, haha.
Ah, gotcha. All right, I suppose we should head back to the job site. Not that they really need me there. This is one of those days where they're grading, so I'm getting paid to just sit in the truck.
The password was LOL.
But I decided I needed a light bulb for the Volvo, the dump truck, and the guys broke the turn signal lever on
Americans
the
would not guess
F-150.
it as you guys ride the dates backwards, haha.
Yep. So yeah, there we go. So we're heading back to the job site just to watch them grade, I guess, for whatever reason. I will say it's really nice to have a bigger screen to see you guys on. I mean, the 15 Pro Max is a considerably larger screen than the old 15.
James Bond says, Eric is playing supervisor again, LOL.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, that's why I ran out. You know, I filled up the truck with fuel. I went and got the replacement headlight. I may work on the F-150 and just get it done. Depends on how long it's going to take. I got to watch a video real quick. It looks fairly simple. It's just 2 screws that hold it in. I just don't know if I've got to take the steering wheel off to do it. I don't have the tools to take the steering wheel off right now. So that's the only catch up in the giddy up. See, I got a little bit of a reflection from the white cord on the dash. I can see it in the windshield, but it is what it is.
James Bond says, yeah, best to get something constructive done.
Yes, always best to be constructive. The truck is finally going to go in on Monday. So I probably won't be streaming Monday. I'm gonna run the equipment to the job site, and then I'm taking it to the mechanic shop. So it's gonna get the fast fuel system installed, which hopefully fixes all our problems, or at least band-aids them. That's what we're hoping for. So the router's got better cooling. We got a brand new iPhone. We got rid of that trashy Android piece of crap out of the system. I also was up till the crack of dawn because I already own the 15 Pro. The Pro Max. That was my daily driver. So I had to change the data
James
plan.
Bond says, okay, Eric, hopefully that cooling issue will be resolved then.
Yeah. So I had to change the cell plan from the 15 Pro Max to the new phone that I'm rocking, which is a 16 Pro Max. I only went up 1 generation. I don't like the 17. I don't trust
Eric
the aluminum
says,
body.
Time to get back to work. I'll be listening.
So then I had to switch the data plan from the 12, the iPhone 12, to the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And then I had to switch the data plan from the S23 Android
okay, Derek, see you in a few.
to the iPhone 12. So yes, I did a lot of fucking around last night. Needless to say. There was a lot of fuckery going on.
James Bond says, this story will sound unbelievable, Eric. A white guy got stabbed by a sick person in the UK, and guess what the cops did? They handcuffed the guy who got stabbed and said he was racist. He died.
Oh, cute. Gotta love that stupidity. Trying to figure out if image stabilization's on. I don't think it is. I'll have
James
to
Bond
adjust that.
says, I kid you not, that's how fucked my country is and why I want out. If you're a white person here, then you are second class now. In mixed race but have light skin, so it worries even me.
I gotcha. I'll pull over in a second when I find a spot I can real quick. I'll double check that image stabilization's on. I don't know. I mean, my whole tablet's bouncing, so the whole screen looks like it's shaking to me. I can't tell if it's butter smooth or if it's bouncing with the road.
James Bond says, Henry Novak was the kid's name who died. There's a lot of hell breaking loose here over that.
Yeah. That kind of looked like a good spot. I don't know, does the image look like it's shaking or does it look pretty rock solid? Like I said, I can't tell. Oh, this looks like the perfect place to stop. I could have stopped on that curb, on that curve, but we'll just whip in here real quick. I'll just check the camera settings. I ended up transferring all the settings from the 12 to this phone, and some things like the image is stable. Good. Okay. Let's see. Camera. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Enhanced.
James Bond says, image is stable.
Fixed horizon, tap focus. Good, good, good. Awesome. Everything's working. The phone is happy.
At Fry TV says, I am now looking at Pixel 8 Pro 256 gigabytes. Unlock. Cause that red magic is way too nice for a daily driver.
Oh my God, you fucking whiny bitch. Just buy it. It's your damn dream phone. Literally checks every box you want. It even has a headphone jack. Just buy the damn
Skynet
phone.
the AI Overlord says, hit the like, subscribe, hit that bell, share and donate to the channel if you're enjoying the content. Thank you.
If you die in 6 months, you'll have nothing to show for it anyways. You might as well enjoy it.
James Bond says, at Fry TV, yeah, that red magic phone is too pretty to be a daily driver.
Oh my
If you
God.
drop it or something, that will be expensive.
Oh my God. Enjoy your life. If it brings you joy, just buy it. You know I'm going to buy one just to sit here and flaunt it in front of you. I'm going to be like, ooh, this phone's actually a decent Android. You'll get that Pixel, and I swear to God, just to spite you, I will buy it. For no purpose at all. Just because I'll have it and I can put it on the stream. I'll use it as a remote camera because it's got liquid cooling and I don't have to put a cool pack on it. And I'll set it up on a tripod and use it as a remote camera. That's what I'll do with it. Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
At Fry TV says, I infer that phone cost too much.
Bullshit. That is bullshit.
James Bond says, I used to have a really nice car and that got me all paranoid, so I sold it, haha.
So yeah, I gotta get a different cord in the truck. I have different cords. I just didn't have one right now that would hook up to the bank up top.
LOL Fry, you're not poor, haha, you're too intelligent to be poor. Impoor as in lazy, LOL.
You literally cry about phones not having phone jacks. You finally find a phone that has a headphone jack, that's a modern Android that you're literally obsessed with.
Fry TV says, okay then I will get both phones.
Uh-huh. Yeah, right. You're already sitting here saying that you're too broke to buy the one. You're not gonna buy both. I'll take that, I'll buy that phone, I'll run it through the dirt, I'll treat it like how an Android's supposed to be treated. I'll literally beat it up. I'll do, what is that guy's nickname? Shit. What is, Whistle it.
James Bond says, good solution, Fry.
I will whistle and diesel a frickin' Red Magic 8. Just to sit here and taunt you. I'll buy one and I'll sit here and I'll kick it on the ground, I'll drop it. I'll just beat the shit out of it.
Fry TV says, I will get longer updates with the Pixel 8 Pro 256 gigabytes. Unlock.
Whatever. Yeah, but then you have to get a dongle. I know how you feel about dongles. You just love dongles. Then you'll be crying every day, I should have gotten the Red Magic because it's got a headphone jack.
James Bond says, yeah Ryan, you can expand the storage on that Pixel. I think you can't do that without paying when you have iPhone, haha.
Well, the Red Magic isn't an iPhone, that's an Android. But the phone that you guys are on has 1 terabyte, and so is my new phone, it's got 1 terabyte. So I don't need to expand my storage. Because technically I wasn't using 1 terabyte anyways. When I transferred over my other phone, I wasn't even using 256 gigs. I was close, but I had a deal that I couldn't refuse. The guy was willing to sell me the 15 or the 16 Pro Max for what a broken piece of shit 15 Pro Max would cost, and he had bought it for somebody else to use. He said a buddy, could have been a girlfriend, I don't know, whatever, and took it back and paid it off. and just literally threw it in a box and had it sitting in the closet. And the reason I know his story is true is because Apple sits here and tells you how many charge cycles you've had on the phone. And this one's only had 110 charge cycles. So, I mean, that's probably less than 110 days worth of use. So it's basically a brand new phone. So, yeah, I got the one that was a 1 terabyte. I was like, screw it. That's a good deal. So anything exciting happen to anybody else?
TV says, nope, I found a good Bluetooth headset that has wires and the wireless part goes around my neck, so I have to let the headphone jack go. RIP headphone jack.
Alright. I figured that was never going to be a compromise for you. I mean, unless you literally was at a point that they just, all companies
James Bond
like
says, but Eric, your iPhone won't charge from 0 to 100% in 10 minutes. Mine does.
Actually, the new 16 Pro Max charges ridiculously fast. But I don't need it to charge that fast. I need it to just work. Like it's all working right now. I just need it to work. Just work. I'm not asking much of it. Just do its job and work. Don't disconnect. Just stay running.
Says, nothing exciting here, just rain and cold weather, back to the usual UK weather, haha.
Gotcha. Yeah, this is so much better, having a bigger screen. I'm really glad I did this upgrade. I mean, it's big enough that I can see chat without really having to have the tablet. I mean, I can comfortably just glance down and I can see what you guys are saying. I mean, the 15 Pro Max is a substantial screen size bigger than the old iPhone 12.
James Bond says, try a Motorola just once, Eric, you will throw the iPhone out the window, I swear, LOL.
Oh, God!
This is what I gotta say to that.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Emotional damage.
James Bond says, is it possible to stream at 60 frames per second instead of 30 frames per second?
Yes, but then I have to send out twice the data per second, or the encoder ends up processing twice as many frames, so there's twice as much data.
Asphalt 272 says, I love my iPhone.
Why is my stream not butter smooth enough for you? I mean, if I have enough bandwidth and it works, yes,
Indian
I
Outlaw
could.
says, criminals on their drugs. Just hit me in my fingers.
Gotcha. You gotta hit them back. Don't take that shit.
James Bond says, LOL.
Well, no, I mean that's the honest truth. Is if you double up the frame rate, you're doubling up the amount of data. Now, if I keep it limited at 3.5 kilobits
Indian
per
Outlaw
second,
says, be here.
the problem is then I'm pushing more data into the encoder, and it's having to do more work to compress it. So I either have to raise the bit rate, which
James Bond says,
means more
"Wow,
data."
That sucks. 30 frames per second is so 2016, haha.
Yeah, but I mean, TV and most movies are only 25. You do know that, right? When you're watching TV and you're watching movies, most of the time they're at 25 frames per second.
At Stanchilka 272 different strokes for different folks, LOL.
So, yeah. So now we're going to see if we get a copyright ban or a copyright strike. For doing that.
At Choctaw Countiwick 8362.
So yeah, that's how I got away with the James Bond thing, or I'm hoping to get away with it.
At Stanchilka 272 says, true Chris.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go take a look at this Ford in a second. Gotta go drain the main vein.
At Fry TV says, movies are at 24.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said.
James Bond says, at Stanchilka 272 cheers and Eric, I've not watched TV in years. I don't watch movies.
Gotcha.
Indian Outlaw says, going to hit the sheriff with a multiple lawsuit for not doing his job last 4 years. James Bond says, good idea. At Choctaw Countiwick 8362 get compensation. Indian Outlaw says, they physically disabled me and government will not get me disability payments, so someone has to cover ongoing damages.
Alright, change of plan. Not fixing the red truck right now. Gonna be hauling some broken out asphalt.
At Brian Acosta 007 says, good afternoon everyone.
Good afternoon.
James Bond says, at Brian Acosta 007, good to see you.
Good to see you. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat.
At Choctaw County Wick 8362, sorry to hear that, sir.
Hello, Talking Hands. Good morning.
At Talking Hands says, good morning all. Indian Outlaw says, bad thing is they have my sibling and me to give damages.
Yeah.
James Bond says, at Talking Hands, hello, welcome in. At Brian Acosta 007 says, thanks at Chris Ayers 007. Sweets Thing says, "Hi Eric and all. I'll be back in a bit. Waiting for the boat to deliver. Much loves everyone."
Cool beans. Exciting, exciting.
James Bond says, "Cheers at Brian Acosta 007 and hello at Sweets Things. Good to see you again, Kimberly. Hope your day's going well."
Hey Glenn, where are you taking the gravel? Alright, rest of the pile, take it to the shop. Okay? Because I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna use it at my house. Oh, you're still running the gravel out? Well, you got gravel. Alright. Yeah, but they're going to load you up with some gravel, and that gravel, just take it to the shop, okay? Alright, bye. I'm having Glenn drop off the gravel at the shop so I can take it to my house later.
JD44 says, hello, L represent Port Credit, Ontario. Not quite sure what this channel is providing the viewers.
Well, it's just interaction with me, I guess. I mean, we talk about different topics. They get to watch what I'm doing. I don't know, kind of whatever they want it to be. You get what you put in. You bring in conversation, you get out conversation.
James Bond says, at Mac, JD44 hello welcome in.
Yep, welcome in. We get to watch Wally sit here and load up some asphalt to into my dump truck. That's what we got. I don't know if it transferred the scene widgets over. I wonder. Oh yeah, they're not. It's not there. Well, that sucks. Let me see. Oh well, maybe. There we go.
At Mac, JD44 says, fair enough. Are you in the video? What exactly do you do?
I am the truck driver that drives the dump truck. We're actually driving this truck right now. We got a whole bunch of new equipment, so I've got to fix some stuff. Let's see. So that's the truck that we're in. Normally we pull the trailer. We don't have the trailer hooked up because all the equipment's out running right now. But yeah, I fix the equipment when it breaks. Sometimes I run the skid steer. A lot of times I drive the dump truck and I grab asphalt and I do the video work. And then I guess if you want to see me, that's me. Hello. Let's see. That's me right there. Just didn't feel like I felt like being shy for a moment. I was just taking a break from being on camera. But we offer kind of unique views of Wisconsin. You know, it's very easy to stream when you're on the freeway all the time because cell coverage is pretty good. But we work in a lot of the back roads, back county ways. Like we're in Kewaunee, Wisconsin right now. So it's a very complicated setup.
JD44 says, so basically it's a landscaping company.
No, we're an asphalt company. We lay driveways and parking lots and private roads. We do asphalt. But You know, because we drive in a lot of more rural areas, you get to see a lot more of the countryside. You're not just usually looking at the freeway. You're getting to see the trees and the farmland and, you know, the beauty that is Wisconsin.
Indian Outlaw says, what resolution are you streaming now?
Well, we're on the action camera right now, and it's streaming at 1080. It was set at 720 previously, but we've had a lot better and more stable Wi-Fi connection, so I kicked it up to 1080. And then anybody that's interested, you really can't see it overly well too much right now on this camera. I'll switch to this one for a moment. Then on this camera, you can see the writing on the bottom is our 3 cellular connections, and how much work each cellular connection is doing. So that kind of shows you where we're at. Yeah, we've actually got the Wi-Fi is Verizon, the iPhone 12 is AT&T, and the iPhone 15 Pro Max is T-Mobile. So we have actually got 3 bonded connections together to make this all work.
At Mac, JD44 says, okay, cool. Yeah, I watched the ship canal at Duluth at times. Nice place for sure.
Yeah. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I was going to do something else. I don't remember what I was going to do here. We'll switch back to the action. We'll switch back to what's exciting, things that are moving. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, we've got some fun noise effects. You know, that we can kind of play with, and we've got multiple camera angles. This just happens to be one of them. And then, yeah.
James Bond says, cheers for popping in at Mac, JD44.
Yeah, we're a little quiet right now. I'm not 100% sure why, but usually we're a little bit more of a talkative bunch. Obviously, we've got TTS. Trust me, you want to see how much of a shit show this channel was, go back 3 weeks. It's a far cry from how bad it started. Every day it's gotten better. Today we've got a new main camera. We've got a repaired router. I mean, literally everything's been getting better every single day. Sometimes we pop out the drone and we take drone footage. Just all depends. We've got a few people in here that are pretty well versed in tech. We like to talk about technology, whatever. We don't usually go into political stuff quite too much. We will touch base on it here and there. But pretty much any topic is open for discussion.
James Bond says, Fry is the guru of tech here.
What about me? Excuse me. I mean, I believe I'm the one that put all this crap together to make it work. I didn't see Fry out here making this work.
007.
Give me some credit where credit is due. I mean, I'm really feeling some
damage.
from that comment. I mean, I'm telling you here. I mean, I think
was meant for Choctaw County, but it's not letting me highlight his name.
yeah. I mean, I think I've proven that I'm pretty inept when it comes to tech.
LMAO Eric. Fry has remote desktop connection to Eric, haha.
Oh, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Absolutely not.
JD44 says, and Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie Bridge.
Yeah. No, Fry does not have a remote desktop connection. I did give him a connection to one of the phones, which I don't think is active anymore, and I don't think he ever actually used it. I wanted him to see.
At Mac, JD44 LOL.
Technically, he could have been a remote broadcaster because he would have been able to switch cameras and stuff. But I don't think he ever used it.
How you highlight people's name.
You start typing at and then their name, and then usually it pops up and you click on it. It works better on a computer than a phone in most cases, though.
James Bond says, Fry is tech support.
Fry is a consultant on tech support. Trust me, there's so many things that I've just done. You know, I bounce ideas off of him. He tells me if he thinks they're a good idea. And then a lot of times I just do what I want anyways. I mean, I was the one that came up with the idea of getting the external antenna and just hooking it up to the truck.
At Choctaw County 8362, you need to put the @ symbol before typing the name.
Yeah.
Indian Outlaw says, the other camera, is there condensation on your windows?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
James Bond says, senior consultant.
I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, consultant, yes. Senior, I don't know if I agree with that. I should have bought some new wipers. I don't know why I didn't. I was at the part store, I thought about it.
At Fry TV says, yes, he did all this, I know nothing about tech.
Oh, that's bullshit. I call bullshit.
James Bond says, LOL at Fry TV.
That's bullshit. Fry did help, but I mean, like I said, he didn't have access to Moblin because he didn't have an Apple device, you know. So I had to figure all that out on my own. He didn't have. I might have to clean the camera.
Indian Outlaw says, that camera looks cloudy.
Yeah, I might have to clean the camera. I'm gonna clean the window right now though. But I'm outside the truck, so TTS isn't gonna work. But I mean, when I wanted to ask him about stuff, you know, he listened. You know, I'm doing a lot of stuff that a lot of other people have never, that don't attempt, because they don't have to. They don't, you know, it's a lot easier for them to stream. Most people don't have to have a three-way bonded connection just to keep a stream stable. Most people aren't sitting here and running a MacBook in their truck, running OBS and running stupid Moblin to bond the connections together. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that it's just like, hey Fry, what do you think of this idea? And he's like, you know, he's just kind of going, you know, yeah, I guess if it works, you know. I mean, it's more of a sounding board, I think, you know. And then he helps with test and tune, you know. Hey Fry, let's start a stream. Take a look at it. Tell me what you think. I mean, Fry's really good at audio. So, I mean, that's, hey, is my mic too hot? Is my mic too quiet? You know, do I, you know, he can tell if I've got a ground loop error. You know. Honestly, I would say Fry's probably learned a lot from me over this process. And hopefully he'd admit that he's learned a lot from just the endeavor that I've been pulling off. Because there's not a lot of people that have to go through all the rigmarole to keep a stream going, but my circumstances are just different. Like I said, because I stream in such remote areas, I have to go to the extreme. And yes, I know TTS isn't working because I'm outside the truck with the microphone. So I can't hear your guys' responses, but hopefully Fry's agreeing with what I said. Okay, we're back. Let's see. Hey, Mike C, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. Choctaw, no, I haven't had a chance to see what the S23 is worth. Chris, yes, Starlink. Starlink is Starlink, but like I said, you've seen I go under a lot of trees, and during those periods of time, Starlink wouldn't work. And on top of it, Starlink costs more. Starlink, for the amount of data I'm going through, probably at least 300 gigs a month of data. And that would push me into Starlink Unlimited, their unlimited plan. And that unlimited plan cost $170 a month. So, or $175 a month. So yeah, Starlink is not really a viable option, you know, especially with the fact that, you know, the channel doesn't make any money yet. So maybe at a point in time where the channel's raking in some money, Starlink would be an option or an addition. But at the moment, it's really not a solution. You know, plus Starlink is not the end-all, be-all, fix it for everything. It doesn't fix all problems. Starlink itself, it's transferring, when it transfers from one satellite to another tower, or whatever the hell you want to call it. You know, people differ on what they believe it is.
James Bond
it
said,
does it very
"Yeah, it's
dirtily.
expensive for Starlink."
It's a very dirty transfer. You know, if you're using it for watching videos, there's buffer, you know, and the buffer covers that. But when you're doing like video calls and video streaming and stuff like that, unfortunately, those buffers cause problems. So it doesn't work very well. It works, but it doesn't work great. I mean, if I wanted to put a 10-minute delay on the video, it'd probably work perfect. I don't know. I see, you know, I know Fry was live streaming way before most, and yeah, if you go back and you look on some, on like the Ancient Architect, you know, where they actually, what is it, Internet Archives or something, his page actually shows on it and whatnot. So yeah, no, he's been streaming for a long time. But I mean, honestly, Fry, was anything I said untrue? I'm definitely pushing the boundaries of live streaming. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to make sure all my scenes were switching over to the right microphone.
James Bond says, Evan the Storm Chaser has Velobox of backup to Starlink. I think that's how most chasers do it, so they have multiple connections.
Yeah. And again, if I had the money to buy Starlink and pay for all the stuff I'm already paying for, that would be a very reasonable situation.
@FryTV says, archive.org.
Archive.org. There we go. Yeah. Alright, so I got that set up. Yeah, but so far, I'll wait till TTS says it.
@FryTV says, yes, your setup is over the time for mobile streaming.
Yep. But as I said, you know, it's been necessary because I don't know where in the state of Wisconsin I'm going to be, and you know, every section has different coverages. Right now, where I'm at currently, we've got a good even distribution between Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, because we're at about roughly 33-35% on each network, which means each one is about equally as strong right here. But we go to areas where only one network is broadcasting, and all the other ones are dead.
James Bond says, yeah, but Evan's a very wealthy man, owns his own company. He only does the chasing as a hobby, even bought a brand new Honda 4x4.
See, yeah, there you go. So yeah, he can afford his, he probably uses his Starlink for something else too, like in his camper when he's camping, or you know, at his cottage. So it's not really an extra expense for him. It's just something he's got sitting around. He might as well use it, you know, because he has it already. You know what I mean? So for him, it's not really an extra expense. This camera looks hazy. Well, let me try
Indian
cleaning the
Outlaw says,
lenses.
this camera is the one that looks hazy, cloudy.
Yeah, the lenses might be dirty. I don't normally live stream from it, so it may need a little love. We'll give the cameras a little rubby dub dub.
James Bond says, yeah, and he even hired a pro chaser to tag along with him on the chases, haha.
Okay. Windshield's clean. Camera's clean. Hopefully that fixes it for you. I mean, this phone had been sitting in my pocket all the time because it was my daily driver phone.
Indian Outlaw says, that's better.
That's good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Skynet the AI Overlord says, hit the like, subscribe, hit that bell, share and donate to the channel if you're enjoying the content. Thank you. James Bond says, Kulat Choctaw Countiwik 8362?
I got a feeling this is going to be the end of our day too, is when we run this load. The pile in front of us should be able to fit all in the in one dump truck, so I shouldn't have to come back, because we're just doing a prep day today, prepping it out. Unless I got to come back to get the trailer, but I imagine they could move the trailer in with the skidster. Oh well, if I got to come back and get the trailer, it is what it is. Not the end of the world, people. We'll turn that back on. Shits and giggles. Ayo. It's not the end of the world.
James Bond says, yeah, easy day.
Yeah, it's actually been kind of easy. I mean, I wanted to try to fix that that truck. That would have been a nice accomplishment to get done. But, I mean, I can also do it this weekend. It's not the end of the world.
Indian Outlaw says, yes, sir.
It's not the end of the world if I don't get it done today. I can always do it this weekend. I'll sit here and I'll just fire it up this weekend and get her done.
Do you miss the hotel rooms?
Sometimes. I mean, I'll end up back in a hotel room again. We're just, this season with the economy has just been a little bit harder to, it's just been a little bit harder.
James Bond says, Elijah, if you're watching, please give Eric more jobs to do. Ask him to paint my wagon, LOL.
Well, I mean, that's what Elijah's out there doing, is he's bidding jobs. So, him not being here is a good thing. When he's not here, he's out finding work. He's bidding jobs and he's getting us work for the next day. So, I don't want to see Elijah. I want him just to work. I still personally think that we need to hire a salesperson. Although he enjoys doing the sales, he feels that because he's financially invested, that he's going to put in a lot more effort into negotiating a sale, than somebody else that's going to be willing to be like, no, we don't want asphalt. Okay, fine. He's more like, I'm going to step out and ask him a question real quick.
James Bond says, yeah, got to keep you busy, Eric, haha. James Bond says, I wish my friend Joe had Elijah's business brain. My friend owns his own plastering and rendering company, but he keeps blowing his cash on going out clubbing at weekends. Over $2,000 a weekend, LOL.
I gotta call the other driver real quick.
James Bond says, my friend does own his own home, though paid his mortgage off, so it's worth 400 British pounds grand if he ever sells it.
Cool beans. I'm gonna turn off TTS real quick. He's gonna load you up with this gravel, and seeing how you're going to the shop anyways, you're gonna grab the big trailer and take it with you and just dump it off at the shop when you go to dump this gravel off. All right. Well, he's just gonna put it in here. He's gonna park it inside here. He's gonna use the skid steer to move it. So he just can't really move the big trailer, so you're just gonna take it back to the shop. Oh shit, that wasn't good. That pulled the whole fucking steering wheel. All right, yeah, that was not fun. All right, cool beans. All right, bye. Okay, I'm gonna pull over real quick. I'm gonna try to figure out where is the most efficient place to take this.
362, sorry to hear that, sir.
Yeah. All right, let's, no parking on this side of the road. Well, it's temporary. We're just temporarily parking. Okay, so we've got a couple of options. Now let me call the boss real quick. That'll determine where I'm going. I might just head home. I might be heading home, which then I'd go to Evanston. Okay, so here's the plan. I've got all the asphalt on me. I'm going to run it someplace. I haven't decided where I'm going with it yet. It kind of depends on what you tell me. Glenn is going to grab the little bit of gravel that's left and the big trailer, and he's going to take it back to the shop and dump the gravel and the big trailer off. Junior's going to take the little trailer and just park it on the guy's property someplace so everything's off the street. Are we done for the day, or do I need to come back here for any reason? Because I'm trying to decide if I'm going to Evanston or if I'm going to Green Bay or if I'm going to De Pere to get rid of this asphalt. So I'm going home then. No, he's taking gravel out. He's been digging gravel out.
Indian Outlaw says, you...
Yeah, no, we're hauling gravel out. We did not have to go get gravel. So yeah. Yep. 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 All right, cool beans. All right. Okay, so I'm on a holding pattern because he wants to confirm, but I'm pretty damn positive there's nothing else for us to do. So
James Bond says, near at Choctaw County, Wick 8362.
I'm gonna back in here real quick before we take off, and I'm just gonna wait for a phone call because I'm pretty confident that we are just gonna be done. Grab another water. I think we can change the name on the iPhone. The message has gotten out there. The iPhone 12 has replaced the piece
James
of
Bond says,
junk.
Elijah is like my uncle in that regard. He must check everything personally.
I mean, he's gotten better, but yeah, that is the big thing that I've been trying to work with him on, is that he needs to delegate.
Indian Outlaw says, get your hot dogs.
Yeah, he needs to delegate. That's the big thing. That's what I've been trying to work on him with, is delegation. You know, it'd be nice if we could find somebody that could run the paver as good as he can run the paver, so that the jobs turn out well, because that would free him up to do more outside sales, because that's really what he wants to do. He wants to do the outside sales. Okay, here comes our phone call. Yes, sir.
James Bond says, at Choctaw County.
Well, it doesn't really matter, because Glenn's already going back there to dump off the gravel. You know, and Junior he's gonna dump the gravel at the property, and then I'm gonna take it over to my house. You know, one of these weekends, because there's a couple of piles of gravel just Well, I'm saying if he's taking the gravel back to the property, he might as well take the trailer with him, because he's not going to have a full load of gravel. Well, I'll hook back up to the trailer at the shop. You know, tomorrow morning I'll be bringing the trailer back. He's just taking it there because he's dumping the gravel there, and then I figure he's going home. Yeah, I mean, speed won't matter if you want to go down there. I mean, I stopped there to fill up, and I don't remember, like, yeah, I don't remember it being like, oh my God, there's there's all this parking. Yep. All right, cool beans. Remember me. 8:30. Okay, and we're doing De Pere, right? Yeah. Gotcha. All right, cool beans. Bye. Let me remember which way we're going. Come on, GPS, tell me the right way. Come on, GPS. Turn left. Good. GPS finally woke up and told me which way to go. Alright. Why is the GPS so quiet? Okay, let's rock on. There, you guys are back on. TTS is back on. Let's go! Let's go! I had Subway this morning. You guys missed it. Like I said, there was a very beautiful. It was a very beautiful drive up here. You guys will get to see it tomorrow, because now that everything's kind of set up where it needs to be, it'll be a little bit simpler.
Stop sign. Turn right.
But yeah, you guys missed it. It was a nice country drive. We'll end up taking it tomorrow, because we'll end up coming back to the same place with the trailer. So you guys will get to see it. It was very hilly, very, I don't know. It was pretty. It was very pretty.
At the stop sign, turn
You'll
right
see.
onto Highway 29.
You shall see. Huh.
James Bond says, "Go Speed Racer."
I just noticed that the miles per hour thing doesn't work on the laptop, or it's not currently working. It says an average of 7 miles an hour, but it's not saying squat. That's interesting. I wonder what broke there. Oh. Let's go. Yeah, it's really weird. It's not showing the speed. No, that's the 7 miles an hour is the average speed. That's what we averaged over the day. But yeah, the actual miles per hour. I'll have to go look. I would have thought it was working.
James
I don't know.
Bond says, "Yeah, it's saying 0 miles per hour, average 7 miles per hour."
Let me try that.
In 1 mile, turn
Maybe it
right
wasn't in
onto
the
Highway
foreground. But yeah, that's weird. I don't know. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. The important information is actually there. Where we are, the bidle rate. That's all correct. And then the data on the bottom showing the internet connection speeds. So, yeah.
turn right onto Highway C.
Yeah, this is also where our 2 nuclear plants are. I think it's up here in Kiwani. I'd have to double check. Oh. I was supposed to turn there. That's okay.
In half a mile, turn left onto Franklin Street.
They have this nice little water tower roundabout. That's why I didn't slam on the brakes. I saw this and I was like, oh, I can just turn around right here. I ain't got to worry about it. How nice is this as a turnaround for dump trucks? I didn't have to back up. I didn't have to lift my tag axle. I didn't even have to stop.
In 7
Indian outlaw
miles,
says,
turn
"We
left
walk
onto
into this
Highway
city."
8.
Yeah.
In about 1.5 miles, turn right onto Highway 42.
Yeah, come Thursday we got a new adapter that hopefully I'll be able to go digital with the microphone. And it's got a headphone jack. So hopefully
James
that'll
Bond
fix our...
says, nuclear plants, I would be scared living near one of those.
Ah, we got 2. 2! Got 2 nuclear plants. Within like 50 miles of my house. There's like 2, not even. I don't even think it is 50 miles. We got 2 nuclear plants.
Indian outlaw says, frauds with 2 heads.
Yeah. You used to be able to sit here and drive right up to them. I don't know why they stopped letting you do that.
At the next stop sign, turn right.
We can try this camera view. On the old 12,
Stop
this
sign,
one was really
turn right
shaky.
onto Highway 42.
It would start acting weird. That's why we never used it.
James Bond says, 2 nuclear plants. I'm surprised you're not glowing in the dark, haha.
A few
Yeah.
moments later.
Vroom. Glowing in the dark. Yeah.
At Choctaw County, 8362.
14 miles, turn right onto East County Highway 8.
Yeah, so if anybody knows Wisconsin kind of looks like a hand. We're on the peninsula right now.
Indian Outlaw says, in Arkansas they have surrounding lakes to fish in.
Gotcha.
Indian Outlaw says, with the lake?
Not sure what you mean with the lake. Kind of debating. So you guys have seen Heartland Trucking's camera view. I run my camera literally right in front of me. I mean, it's physically in front of me, just above the dash. So I can kind of look down and I can monitor and see what's going on. But I know Gary from Heartland Trucking puts his more like in the center of the windshield and like up higher. I don't know. You guys have seen both streams. I guess I'm curious which one looks better to you guys in the aspect of camera placement. I think this works better for me, because then I can see what's going on with the stream easier. I don't know.
Indian Outlaw says, Peninsula?
Yeah, Peninsula. You know, the state of Wisconsin. It's got that, you know, it basically looks like a hand, and then it's got that jot off that goes out there. It's called Door County. Yeah, we're up on the peninsula. Great place to come ride a motorcycle or drive a convertible vehicle on a really hot day, because you've got
James
water.
Bond says, I like the Deadpool character Heartland Trucking could display on screen, but he's not using YouTube to stream. I think it's Twitch if I remember right.
Yeah, he doesn't like YouTube. He's very anti-YouTube. He'll kick it on every once in a while, but he does. Oh, there's our nuclear plant right there. Hello. Ah, we're driving right by it.
AI Overlord says, hit the like, subscribe, hit that
There's-
bell, share and donate to the channel if you're enjoying the content. Thank you.
There's one of our nuclear power plants right there. This one's right near the road, so you guys will get a lot closer view of it. Hell, I'll even pull over and pull out the big camera for shits and giggles. Yeah.
Indian Outlaw says, does it catch the trees the same?
Yeah, we'll pull over here. And then there's the lake right behind it. We'll grab out the big camera and we'll give you guys a good view of the nuclear power plant and the lake. Give me 1 second. We'll pull you off your mount. So, let's see.
James
5X.
Bond says, yikes, Eric's gonna turn into the Hulk now, haha.
Yep. I don't have enough cord here. The cord. I normally pull this one. There we go. So, yeah. Oh, now we got some weird audio thing going on. So yeah, That's our nuclear power plant, and then there's the lake behind us. Yeah, all right there from the road. Alright. I gotta plug this thing back in because now I've got some weird echo thing going. Not sure if you guys can hear me or what's going on. But yeah, that's weird. Audio, yeah, I can still hear myself. Very, very weird. Let's fix this. No, we still got... There we go. No, we still got an echo. It did not like me doing that. Did not. Why? I can still hear myself. This is not good. I done pissed it off.
James Bond says, that's insane how exposed the plant is. I thought security would be tougher.
Audio. Yeah, I can still hear myself. I'm gonna end this real quick and see if that fixes it, because, well, let me unplug this. Oh shit, no.
Law says, since we have been given points here, I got 1.5 times the points in less than an hour on Heartland's Twitch channel.
Alright, what about a heart? There, that echoes back. Why do I have an echo? Alright, we'll just have to figure it out. I do not understand why we have an echo now. That's weird. Yeah, I'm gonna kill mobile and see if that resets it. I'm not sure what happened here. But yeah, I can actually hear myself. So I'll be right back. Okay. Audio.
India
Yeah.
Outlaw says, they have drones that surveillance.
Yeah, now we magically have some weird echo. I don't know if it's coming over on the stream, but I can hear myself talking. Yeah, this was the bottom basement cheapest adapter I could get my hands on to deal with a problem for the day, and I think I just broke it by unplugging it. It's working, but like I said, I've got an echo. Yeah, if you go right down the road here, though, there's another nuclear plant like within a couple miles. That one's a lot more secure than this one. But also, that's why you see all these high-powered lines, too. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my audio. This is just crazy.
James Bond says, at Choctaw County Wick 8362. Ah, that's good then. As last thing you want is Iranians turning up their LOL.
Yeah, I don't think that would happen. It's like somehow the talkback feature. There is a talkback feature, but it's not enabled. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, it's weird because it's not squealing, it's not feeding back. microphone must not be set high enough to hear the speakers. Which is weird because it picks up your guys' TTS.
Indian Outlaw says, on my Google Smart TV when I search for a term on Twitch it puts me in YouTube search results. James Bond says, well not while Daddy Trump is in charge LOL.
Audio. Test 1, 2 audio. Yeah, it's there. All right, we'll just rock with this. There's no weird feedback squeals, but I've got this weird talkback feature going. That or it's all inside my head. I mean, audio. Nope, I turned the TTS off on the radio and it goes away. So it's definitely coming through. It's definitely coming through the TTS on the radio. There. Okay, nope, it's still there. It did not like me pulling the power cord. I might have shorted out this cheap adapter. That's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I know it's, I can hear myself too, so, yeah, there's a slight echo. We're just gonna have to rock with that today. I've got a new adapter coming, and I don't like this adapter because I can tell it's not made of quality, so I'm gonna return it anyways. But I'll pick up the Belkin one tonight. But yeah, it might have just shit the bed. I pulled the power and now it's getting stupid, so it is what it is. Hey, at least it's not squealing. You guys can still hear me. We just got a little added reverb. That's what we got. Got some built-in reverb. I can live with that. Right? We can live with a little bit of built-in reverb. Oh, we can do some tuning and testing too. Well, no, we can't. We kind of can. Maybe we can. Once we dump this load off.
1 mile. Turn right onto East County Highway.
I've got a hub that I can kind of reproduce the effect of what the new hub is going to have. And we can see if everything works better. I was going to do it after the stream, but we can do it during.
Turn right onto East County Highway. 4 miles, turn right onto East Main Street.
East Main Street. Just curious how hot this thing is. System overview. Oh yeah, that's interesting. So, what were you sitting here talking about points on Heartlines with Twitch, that you got more points, or I don't know. Explain to me that again. My focus was shifted a little. Oh yes, I pissed this adapter off. I can tell it's pissed. It's flipping out on my screen. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I just figured that out too. I was kind of wondering why I hadn't heard anything. But I've got the headphone thing is acting really stupid. Yeah. Let's see if a reset fixes it real quick. I'm gonna restart the phone. Everything's whacked out. It did not like me disconnecting the phone. The power. So we're gonna try to do a quick a restart. Audio. Nope, it's still acting up. It's broken. It's broken. All right. Technically, I'm on my own time because we're off. So I'm gonna try something interesting. We're gonna see if this works. So I'll be right back. Well, I'm not going anywhere, but that. We will plug in this.
Indian Outlaw says, your T-Mobile is gone.
No, it's still there. Well, I restart the phone. Yeah. Okay, so now we're digital that way. Now let's see. Shits and giggles. Plug this directly into here. We're just doing some test and tune. Okay. This adapter needs to go this way. Audio. Okay, so we got microphone. Then that's not going to work. So we got a microphone, but we got no TTS. TTS no work. That's okay. The adapter broke. It did not like being unplugged. That's really weird. I mean, you would think it could survive that. I mean, it's designed to be unplugged. So, I don't know. I guess you guys just get to put up with me and my voice. No TTS for you.
Oh,
No
God!
TTS for you.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
No TTS for you.
At the next stop sign, turn right.
Well, I mean, I guess I could try this. This might work. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. I can set it to play on the phone speaker. So maybe TTS will come over the phone speaker and you guys will be able to hear it good enough. Who knows?
At the stop sign, turn right onto East Main Street. Then turn left onto South State Street.
I don't know. Somebody say something that TTS would spit out. Maybe it'll work. Good enough. It's not coming through the car stereo, but it'll come through the phone. Maybe it'll be enough.
Turn left onto South State Street. In about 4.5 miles, turn right.
Emojis don't make sounds on TTS. There we go. That should make a sound. No, it should have said something by now. Oh, there we go. Yoli YOLO. So I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's actually just the phone speaker.
LOL Fry obsessed with the Pixel.
Yes, he is. Well, Fry was obsessed with the red magic yesterday. So, you know, Pixel, red magic. I don't know.
James Bond says, I heard it just about haha.
Yeah. Yeah, don't buy. I mean, it even felt cheap. Insignia or whatever is the brand. It just, nah. It was a cheap adapter.
James Bond says, Fry should look into a Sony phone LOL.
Yeah, Sony phone. Yeah. I'm surprised he's willing to look at the Pixel. It doesn't have a headphone jack. But I know he sat here and said he found, even though Bluetooth quality is less than regular quality because it's compressed garbage, you know, he found a Bluetooth setup that he's happy with. So now everything's right in the world. And he can get any phone. He doesn't need to have, it doesn't have to have a headphone jack anymore. Now he can just get any phone he desires. The world is his oyster when it comes to cell phones now. Yeah, but the problem is with that 7 years of updates is if the hardware doesn't keep up with how the software ends up getting updated, it ends up being a slow piece of garbage anyways. That's not really functional. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I still got a,
James Bond says, at Fry TV, but somehow my cousin's old Moto G4 from 2017 is still getting updates. No idea how that works. LOL.
yeah. Yeah, so I unplugged the power from
At
the
next stop
adapter.
sign, turn right.
Unplugged the power from the adapter so that I could sit here and get a camera view. And it broke the adapter. I can't make this shit up.
At the stop sign,
ITV says
turn right.
it's not at Chris Ayers 007. He is not running 16 on that old phone.
Yeah, but wouldn't you be shocked if he was?
In 1.8 miles, at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Highway 310 West.
James Bond says, at Fry TV, I've no idea what the mess it's on. Maybe he said it happened to run a newer version of Android, as you can do that on older Android phones.
Yeah, I did that on a tablet. I upgraded from, I don't remember what it was, but I went up like 2 generations just so I could install software on it, but it wasn't worth it. It was a horrible experience. The hardware was just too slow. You know, yeah, I could open up a browser or something, but I couldn't like do anything with it.
In 1 mile, at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Highway 310
Hit the
West.
like, subscribe, hit that bell, share and donate to the channel if you're enjoying the content. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, technically I could switch back to the 12, but I mean, we've got 24 minutes plus we got maybe another hour.
TV says he would have to root the phone.
Yeah. Definitely have to root the phone. But here is a point to Fry's comment about the headphone jack. Had this phone had a headphone jack,
James Bond says, I asked ChatGPT, it's saying you can install a custom ROM at Fry TV, but I bet the phone is slow as fuck now. But to be fair, he still can watch YouTube on it, so that's good.
yeah. But I mean, to be fair, you know, had this phone had a headphone jack, we wouldn't be having the problems we are with some cheap piece of shit, you know, audio adapter, because there would be no audio adapter. There'd be no cheap audio adapter to cause a problem.
James Bond says, I think every 3 years most normal people should buy a new phone as tech is progressing very fast and these new AI CPUs that are coming will speed things up a lot.
Well, I mean, usually I wait about every 4. I had a an iPhone 11 Pro, and I didn't get a new iPhone 15 Pro Max until the 15, so, and it's 1 number per year, so that would have been 4 years. Usually every 4 years. I'm not sure how much I'm going to upgrade past this. I mean, at least new I probably am not. These phones are getting, they are getting ridiculously expensive.
Take the second exit.
Hence why I bought my new phone, to me,
James Bond
used.
says, yeah, I think all phones should have a jack. How can less be more is more?
Yeah. Well, the problem is then they have to waterproof it. That's their reasoning, and it causes the phones to be thicker. So by removing the headphone jack, they were able to slim it down and have a bigger battery. And I mean, there's justifications for it. I mean, I'm, again, a special, me and Fry, you know, right now, I'm a special use case.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
But I mean, most people are just happy to use Bluetooth earbuds. Oh, I didn't even think about it. They got an asphalt place I can dump right over here. I'm passing a spot that I can dump asphalt at. Then I can go straight home. Make my day shorter. Why am I going all the way out why am I going all the way out to Evanston to dump off some asphalt when I can just go over here? I didn't even think about that. I forget about this place because we don't come here very often.
Proceed to the route. Turn right. Proceed to the route. Turn left, then turn left.
Oh, GPS is not going to be happy with me. Okay, GPS, you're going to shut up. Bye, GPS. Bye-bye, GPS. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
James Bond says, but I hate using Bluetooth headphones as that can't be healthy for your brain as the earbuds do emit EMF radiation.
Yeah, I figure something's gonna take me out eventually. I mean, there's all this shit in this world that's gonna take you out. One of these days, something's gonna take me out. So I'm not overly too worried about it. I mean, you hold a cell phone up to your head. Not everybody, obviously, you know, Fry wears headsets. But I mean, there's a lot more power in that phone right next to your head than the stupid, the low-powered Bluetooth. So. This works out beautifully. Beautifully. Just not liking the way this is feeling. I don't know why that felt so funny.
James Bond says, yeah, something gonna kill us all in the end, but I'd rather die as an incontinent 100-year-old, haha.
Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. That doesn't interest me, you know. I mean, a lot of times you're gonna have like dementia and stuff. You're not gonna be able to remember anyways. So it's like, why? Jesus Christ, why is this not coming out? This fucking asphalt not coming out of the fucking box. I don't fucking get it. Making the truck feel like it wants to tip the fuck over, and I'm not about that shit. crap. Must have had a chunk wedging up. That shit did not want to come out. All of a sudden it just all slammed out. That is weird. Alright, we got her out. It's weird that it was doing that though.
James Bond says they will have cures for most things like that by the time in all the 60 years from now. Eric, imagine the tech they will have.
Yeah, maybe for you. I mean, you're young enough that I guess that makes a difference. I'm an old fart.
James Bond says, LOL, don't turn the truck over, LOL.
Yeah, no, normally it doesn't take that much effort to get the asphalt out of the box. So I'm like, well, what the fuck is going on here? This was ridiculous. Oh, well, this makes it considerably shorter day.
Indian Outlaw says they didn't break it up.
Yeah, that's the problem. He likes to take it out. He likes to take big scoops, and he doesn't understand that he doesn't get as much in a truck if you've got slabs just stacked on top of each other. You know, if you break it up like gravel, I mean, not as small as gravel, but chunks, you know, you can get more in a truck. But hey, what do I know?
James Bond says, yeah, I'm hoping they put my brain in a robot body one day, LOL.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Do we want to go scenic or do we want to get home fast? We'll go scenic. Why is he lifting his axle? That's weird. Alright, find a fucking gear already. There we go.
Indian Outlaw says, the criminals just hit me on my disabled legs. Violation of Disabilities Act.
Well, better do something about it. Don't take that shit from nobody.
James Bond says, at Choctaw County, 8,362. Cheers, Eric.
Cheers.
Indian Outlaw says, if a Mississippi boy knows.
Yeah. Getting to be that time. It's getting to be that time. Negative. We haven't, it's gotten a little bit better. Sometimes it starts just fine. Sometimes it's still a little bit of pain in the ass. The boss has not had time to shut the truck down. I mean, I keep telling him that we need a truck. I mean, this one's paid off. If we get a new truck, this truck, other than insurance and registration, this truck barely costs him anything to run. You know, we really need to have just a spare truck for when we got to do maintenance, because unfortunately this world runs on a Monday through Friday schedule. You know, when you really need to have the service people available on weekends. I mean, it sucks for them. I get it. Nobody wants to do it. But I mean, this is when your customers are working. You know, shutting down their equipment isn't good for them. You know, so you get a lot more customers on the weekends. But it is what it is.
Indian Outlaw says, ignore this, just documenting now. Criminals are pulsing my feet with the weapons.
Gotcha. Did you hear something? I could have swore it was Choctaw. I don't know. I don't remember him saying anything. I thought something was said.
James Bond says, my uncle's company works 24/7, 365 days a year on a call-out service. His workmen could be in bed at 3 a.m. and be called out to a job.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you guys hear the phone speaker that well, or I'm just curious? Curious if it works at all. I mean, I guess I could technically do this. Let's see. Here, now we got two microphones and one right next to the actual phone. Problem solver. Temporary problem solver. Ah, shit.
James Bond says, okay at Choctaw County Wick 8362.
Interesting. It's crazy what this mic can pick up.
Yeah, I can hear it, Eric.
Huh. That's really surprising. That surprises me that you guys would be able to hear that. I mean, now you should be able to because there's a microphone right next to it.
James Bond says, now it's much louder.
Yep. Like, too loud? Or like good loud?
Indian Outlaw says, barely hear all my friends call me Bear Claw, the village chieftain is my papa.
I forget who sings that song off the top of my head.
Indian Outlaw says, he gets his orders from my mama, she makes him walk the line, you can find me in my wigwam.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the song. I just can't picture the singer. I want to say Tim McGraw, but that doesn't sound right to me.
James Bond says, at Choctaw County Wick 8362, my late dad was blood brothers with a tribesman when he was in Canada. He was with a native lady there, but sadly she passed away, otherwise I would be part native.
Gotcha.
James Bond says, that was way back in the 1970s. He did bring her back to the UK to meet his family, but she got cancer and passed. Very sad story, but if that had not happened, I would not exist as I am now.
Yep. So your daddy likes the ethnic women. What, first Indian and African American? Because you said you were mixed.
James Bond says, I think my late dad had a thing for non-white women. LOL, as my late mother was black. I think he found white women boring and no personality. Haha.
That's funny. I was just saying that.
Indian Outlaw says, Tim McGraw, his wife Faith is from Star, Mississippi, and she is a very personable. My brother met her and remembered to send a photo he gave her in person signed, and she and her family personalized it.
Yep. Okay, let's do some test and tune.
James Bond says, yet he was Irish and my late mother was from Antigua. If I grow my hair it goes all curly. LOL.
Okay. I had another cable. This we can try. So that's an option. Oh, I did have
James
this.
Bond says, I'm the same, to be honest, as all my girlfriends in the past have not been English. One was from Italy, another from Jamaica, and another from Poland.
Gotcha. So you don't like them that way either. All right, let's see. Let's give this a try. So we've lost the microphone. I mean, we've got a microphone, but it's not the wireless mic. Let's plug in.
Indian Outlaw says, I remember the medicine man he caught running water in my hands, drug me around by my headband, said I wasn't her con.
Yeah. Alright, so now we should have the wireless microphone back. Alright, wireless microphone, 1, 2, audio, yeah. So we got the wireless microphone back.
At Mac, JD44 says, hello, L was banned on X for 7 days and need a new place to chat.
Okay. Let's see. Well, we're almost done today. We're doing a little testing and tuning for shits
James
and
Bond
giggles.
says, English girls are not nice. They swear like men and are aggressive. LOL.
There we go. And we're on the wireless microphone. Let me make sure this is off. Cool, that new adapter I'm gonna buy is gonna work perfect.
At Mac, JD44, well, you're welcome here, sir.
Yeah, well, for the moment, So there we go. So we're on the wireless microphone. To confirm that, I'm going to mute the wireless microphone. Audio, perfect. We are hooked up on digital. We are digitally connected to the wireless mic. That is awesome. And it's working, and we got
Bond
TTS.
says, at Choctaw Countiwick 8362 Scary.
And it's charging, and the receiver's charging. Oh my God. You guys don't understand how great this is. I am very, very happy about this.
Indian Outlaw says, I have been to Jamaica.
This is great. We got the wireless microphone hooked up digitally. We've completely cut out the audio loop basically, except into the car stereo.
Skynet the AI Overlord says, hit the like, subscribe, hit that bell, share and donate to the channel if you're enjoying the content. Thank you.
And it's working. Let me check this adapter real quick. We're gonna disconnect the mic now. Okay. Right now we're connected this way with just a USB cable
James
in there.
Bond says, at Choctaw Countiwick 8362 cool. I know loads of Jamaican people. They are laid back and friendly.
But this adapter has another adapter that has a USB-C to connect to it differently. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna see if this
Indian
works as
Outlaw
well.
says, Iron Mom you be jammin'.
Okay, so we're dropping the mic again for a second.
James Bond says,
Okay.
you have upgraded from analog to digital. Well done, Eric. Haha.
All right, so now I'm going to mute the mic here and make sure that we're just going over the microphone. Fuck yeah! Happy.
JD44 says, I'll added a subscription because this guy seems pretty cool.
Well, thank you very much. I am you do not understand how happy this makes me. This is fucking awesome. And all it took, well, it's
James Bond says, at Choctaw Countiwick 8362 bless up.
yeah. I mean, we can try doing a little bit more fuckery. I got a feeling, this isn't gonna go good, but we'll try a little bit more fuckery here. Why not? But I'm really happy.
It's working.
I'm really happy it's working. We'll have to do levels at some point. I'm not gonna dick around with that today. We'll fire up this. I'll show you what's going on. Okay.
At Stream Element says, thanks for subscribing, Matt.
Thank you, buddy. Alright, so let's see. Camera comes up. I didn't have it on for the moment. Connecting.
James Bond says, at Matt, JD44 cheers, thank you for subbing.
Okay, camera's connected, so I can show you guys what's going on. Alright. So, okay. So basically, now we've just got a USB-C going into a 4-port hub, and then the actual receiver is just plugged directly into it. And then we still are using the adapter to go audio out to go into the auxiliary jack of the radio. So, but the nice thing is that, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's charging. Oh, it's not charging. Oh, this sucks. This connection does not charge. So plugging into the USB-C on the side gives me audio and charging, but plugging in this way does not. How fucking stupid, DJI. How fucking stupid. Fucking DJI. Yeah, one of the things that always pissed me off about the DJI thing was I could clip this directly to my phone. You know, and it's got pretty good battery life. Obviously,
Indian Outlaw says, I'm an Indian Outlaw, half Cherokee and Choctaw, my baby. She's a Chippewa, she's a one of a kind.
obviously this stupid receiver lasts a long time because we don't always have the charger. But how stupid is it that you have a USB-C port that you can put on the device, you can plug it into your phone,
James Bond
and you can
says,
plug in,
awesome at Choctaw County, 8362.
and you can plug in a USB-C to the side, but it won't pass power through the device to charge the phone. Why? Why would you do that? Why, DJI? Okay, well that sucks. I wish that would work better, but at least that means on Thursday when my new hub comes,
Yikes, DJ,
will be
I'd
good.
stupid.
Yeah, no, that's really stupid. Now I got to figure out what I did with that other adapter, because we're gonna put the clip back on. Anybody remember seeing what I did with it? Oh. I wanted to keep it safe, so I was like, oh, I'll just throw it over here or something.
Indian Outlaw says, our school mascot was the Indians.
I feel like I was going to throw it. I put it in this pouch. Where did I?
At Jeremy
Oh, there it
Boucher
is.
77 says, hey y'all.
Hey, y'all. What's up? What's up? I got to get that sound effect. What's up? I can't do it well enough. What's up? All right, so.
James Bond says, cool at Choctaw County, 8362.
So I guess we're stuck back with the audio cable. I'm gonna take this apart real quick. Well, screw it. We've done our test. I know it charges. We just got to go USB-C out of the side. What the hell? So it is what it is. All right, guys. We're
Indian
done.
Outlaw
We're
says,
here for the
where
day.
are you from?
Let me see. I know that Heartland Trucking considers this to be screw tube, but it is what it is. I'll definitely see about sending you guys over to him, or let's see who else is live. It's been a hot minute. Let's see who's worthy that's live. Heartland Trucking's still going. We'll send you guys over to Heartland Trucking for now. Alright guys, we're gonna bounce out of here. Thank you again. Thanks for the test and tune. I'm very glad I figured this out and that it works.
James Bond says,
that's
cheers,
awesome.
Eric, hope you have a great rest of your day. Hopefully you get some sleep too, mate.
I need some sleep. 2 o'clock in the morning, not good. So yes, definitely need sleep.